one of the things about being a Toastmaster is that being flexible is really the key to everything, right? If something doesn't happen or someone can't show up or traffic or someone's sick and has to rush to the bathroom, we just kind of step in, right? And that's the best part about being in this group for as many years as I've been in now. Yep. And it allows you to really just kind of put a lot of trust in people and, you know, fill the shoes because this club's been around for over 100 years, right? Not the club, but the overall club, right? So it has a pretty good way in how to, in no matter what country you go to, you could step in any role in any country and just feel like you're at home. So that's what we do here, and we're going to do it now as well. And our Toastmaster's not here, so I'm going to do that too. Everyone here has a role. Aji, do you want to rename yourself Evaluator One? Awesome, cool. Uh, yeah, everyone here has a role. So I'm going to be the Tom until Dia shows up, and the table topics master, and the evaluator too. Isn't that cool? Excellent. So without further ado, let me hand it over to the Tom. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our club meeting and a little impromptu. Let me see if I can get the agenda up, which I have right here. Today's theme, reset and rise, right? What does that mean to me as I just kind of really put my mind on it? Reset's pretty simple, right? Like when we're having a tough time or something is just difficult, sometimes we just got to pause it, reset it, right? To start over, right? Or, start from a safe spot. Whatever you got to do and play video games. Sometimes things just get frustrating and you got to take your eyes off the issue and go take a walk and then come back, look at it with fresh eyes so then you could rise above the problem and solve it. And that's kind of how I take it. And that's the word of the day being resilient is kind of what that goes with. And we have Christopher here. Yes, excellent. Our Zoom host and ballot counter. Fantastic. So the idea to be resilient also is to overcome obstacles and just don't quit. As someone who's very athletic, who is in the military, resiliency is like our whole entire like motto in a sense that like if there's a problem, we no is not an option. You got to find the yes somewhere in any problem. Find the yes, find the solution, be resilient when life throws something at you, right? And this meeting is going to be all about resetting, rising above the problem, and being resilient. And with my team that I just inherited today, I was part of the team, but now I am the leader, right? I'm going to give it to our general evaluator, Jenny, to introduce her team.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny, and I'll be your general evaluator. Tonight, I have my role as a GE. I will observe from the beginning to the end, and I will give my evaluation at the end of the meeting. I'm not alone. I have my team here. First is our grammarian, Toastmaster David. Hi, David. Would you like to introduce yourself and introduce your role?
Sure. Dave Cragen. I'm with two Toastmasters clubs. One is Takamatsu Toastmasters, Sayat Mengerti Bahasa Indonesia, Sedikit. I could just speak a little bit of Indonesian, and I've forgotten a lot of it. As grammarian, I'll be looking for your good uses of language as well as opportunity for improvement. As Ben said, the word of the day is resilient, and it's a ability of a person or animal to withstand and recover from difficult conditions, or of a substance or an object recoiling or springing back to shape after bending, stretching, or being compressed. So if you're resilient in life, you can overcome problems and continue on. So try to use the word resilient today in today's meeting. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Next, my team is timer. Toastmaster Apri.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Jenny. Hello, everyone. So tonight I will serve as a timer. So basically, my job is to track the time for each speaker, evaluator, and also double topic participant. So basically, all of you have a certain time to deliver your speech. So I will tell you one by one. And today we have two speakers. I think both speakers also have same time, which is 5 until 7 minutes. So to help you to track the time, I have a warning signal. First is turn from green, yellow, and red. I will explain one by one. For the green, that means it's okay for you whether you want to continue or finish your speech. And the green background for the speaker will start at minute 5, for evaluator start at minute 2, and for the double topic start at minute 1. And the next is I have yellow. Yellow also mean it's okay for you whether you want to continue or finish your speech. For the yellow background, for the speaker will start at minute 6, and for the evaluator at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and for the double topic 1 minute 30 seconds. And last but not least is the red background. That means you need to finish your speech as soon as possible. And for the prepared speaker, the red background will turn on at minute 7, for evaluator start at minute 3, and for the double topic start at minute 2. So please pay attention for your time, because after the red background turn on, you only have 30 seconds before you get disqualified. And that's mean, yeah, please pay attention to your time and good luck. Back to RCE, that's Master Jenny.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apri. Next, our accountant, Toastmaster Marendra.
Thank you, dear lovely Jenny. I would like to explain to you my job as an accountant. Okay, I will share to you a slideshow. Not my slideshow, it's Excel. So you are seeing my Excel, correct? You can see that their names Natalie, Dia, Jenny, Apri, David, Marindra, Vivi, Aji, Benjamin, Christopher, and I will add guess if they are coming. Row are there. I will count the lexical and non-lexical of English that you are using. I already captured David and Ben. They are expats, and you see they are human. They made mistakes, and this is the Toastmasters, the place we can make mistakes and cheers by friends. Okay, David made one and Ben one so far. Now, I will give the report by the time when our lovely GE invite me to give the report. I just advise you to use as correct English as you can. No force, just enjoy. Cheers and have fun. That's all. I give the control back to Jenny. Jenny, I stop share and give the control back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Marendra. The last one, my team, is our ballot counter, Toastmaster Christopher.
Okay, thank you, GE. Hi, everyone. This is Chris from Surabaya Toastmasters Club. Tonight, I will be your ballot counter. My job would be to count the votes for both the prepared speech and also the table topics. So you guys need to pay attention to your prepared speakers and also the table topic speakers so that you can vote which one is your favorite at the end of the sessions. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Jenny.
Thank you, Chris. Now, I give the control back to our Tom, and I will be back at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. So again, goes speech, table topics, evaluation, and I get to talk on pretty much all those. That's fantastic. All right, so first and foremost, we have our first speaker who's going to be Natalie, and here to evaluate Natalie is someone I haven't seen in a while, but it's always nice to see is smiling. Look at this, he's smiling already. Toastmaster Aji, what's up, buddy? You want to introduce what Natalie's speech is all about?
Sure. So Natalie is going to do her speech is a connect with storytelling. And the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. And her title is Smile, or the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes, and the title is Smile. Smile, Natalie Cahyadi, Smile.
Friends, what do you like the most about yourself? Maybe your eyes, your lips, or just like Ben, his body. Me? I like my smile. But that's not always been the case. When I was 10, I was just a little chubby kid with pointed teeth, just like Labubu. One day, when my mom wanted to pick me up from school, a friend of mine told me, Nat, you look ugly. I was shocked. How come he said that? When my mom heard that, he called my dad, and the next thing I knew, I was already at the dentist. The doctor saw me and he said, Can you smile for me? He looked at my mom and he said, We can fix that. So in the next 2 appointments, he put braces on my teeth and he said, This is going to be your next best friend. The next 3 months, I told my mom, Mommy, is best friend supposed to be this hurt? Because it hurts so much. And I kept persevering. I kept continuing wearing those braces for 3 years until I entered middle school. When I came to the dentist to remove my braces, I was so happy. Freedom. Oh, little did I know, the next 4 years, when I was in high school, I came back to the same dentist and he did the same procedures all over again because my teeth move. Going on, as I grew older, I always associated braces with something hurtful and something that hurt my pride. But it wasn't until I finished my study in Australia, when I returned back to Bali, and I met my dentist again, when he said, How old are you? 27. You know what? Your teeth move again. Oh no! I want my career to move, but why my teeth? So I decided to say to my dentist, Doctor, I'm not gonna wear any braces no more. Let my teeth move. How can I meet the right person when I'm with my braces in my 20s? Having said that, I left my dentist and looked without any turning back. Time flew and it's been 10 years. And last year, I went back to the same dentist and I said, Doctor, I still haven't found anyone special. So just put braces back on my teeth and I can start seeing some progress because my teeth have moved considerably and it also hurt my pride. It's hard for me to smile because every time I smile, I saw my imperfection. So my doctor wisely said, I told you so. So I went back to him. If you think about it, ever since I was a kid until now, I think the amount of money I paid him can make him buy a villa in Sanur. Anyway, I came back to him. He put braces on my teeth, and now it's been 1 year. I still feel like wearing braces is a hassle because it requires me to change the way I speak. It made me relearn how to speak. And sometimes it really lower my self-confidence, because whenever I speak, it's either I sprinkle my saliva, I drawl, or I just look like an idiot. So I learned to cope with my imperfection just so I can smile confidently. But all in all, after all these years, I realized one thing. My braces always accompanied me at the most important part of my life. When I was 10, I was on the verge of puberty, and the braces were there. When I was in high school, I was on the verge of adolescence, and the braces was there. And now I was, 30 something. I was on the verge of marriage, hopefully. And my braces were still there too. So something that felt hurtful and sometimes hurt our pride can be our best companion. You never know what happened behind someone else's smile. There could be unspoken struggles. There could be a hurt. There could be a hope. So whenever you see someone smile, smile back and embrace the things that hurt you, your imperfections, or anything that can give you hope. Because when you smile, you are reminded of one thing that you like the most, and that can be a gift for others. So can you show me your smile? Back to you.
Oh, wow. It can hurt or it can hope. A lot of alliteration there. And what a speech that kind of like put me back into 8th grade, where I also had braces for the first time. And just thinking about it, for me, it was that 8th grade year. I just moved to a new school, so I was a new kid, had big glasses, and started breaking out and have braces all in one big giant bang. It was the worst year of my life, having all of those negative variables that kind of went with it. But again, yeah, it's like the idea of when people smile and someone smiles at you, you smile back. It kind of it makes it easier in a lot of things, right? Especially with strangers. You don't got to tell your whole stranger. All the strangers don't really want to know what you're hiding behind the smile. Sometimes it's just a good way to kind of get to the next phase of your life. And that's a great speech, Natalie, and reminded us of so many different things. Now, let me just check real quick. Dia, do you want to take over as your Tom job? We're on speech number 2.
Yes.
All right. Without further ado, let me introduce our original Tom. Thank you so much. Let me be your Tom for like 20 minutes. Now,
Yes.
Dia.
Okay, I actually want to apologize to all of you guys here. It's Independence Day. It was Independence Day of Indonesia yesterday, right? So Merdeka. And I thought we are already independent, but I think I'm still a slave, a corporate slave. That's why I'm coming late tonight. Apologize so much. And thank you for Ben helping me become the Tom. I'm your actual host or MC for tonight. So welcome to Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Club meeting with our team tonight. Reset and rise. And the word of the day tonight is resilient. I'm so sad that I missed our first speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Chayadi, but it's time for me to witness the second speaker of Prepare Speech tonight. Nah, she's our beloved Toastmaster Vivi Amaliawati, and she will be introduced by her evaluator, Toastmaster Benjamin Whittaker. Toastmaster Ben, over.
Well, I get to talk again. Excellent. So, Fifi, her speech, okay, is titled Performance Review, The Arts of the Jedi Mind Tricks and Coffee Bribes. Okay, the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about and apply the skills needed to run a lesson learned meeting during a project after its completion. All right, so that's good to know. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspects of their leadership experience and impact of the lesson learned in the meeting. It's 5 to 7 minutes, and I believe, just double check, it is from her humorous, right? Pathway,
Yes.
right? Yes, engaging humor pathway, level 5 project 2. So we're getting to the end. Let me introduce Fifi. The floor is yours.
My fellow Toastmaster and guests, tonight I have a confession in front of you that in my experience, performance review is the invention or made by people who had happiness. I mean, logically, who loves the performance review here? Those who work in the corporate, do you like performance review? Most of the people, they don't like, including me. Some of the subordinates that I have, before the performance review, they even call me, can we postpone this to the next week? Or they made other excuses. As a leader, I then recall, well, actually, performance review is not to torture our subordinate or ourselves. It's actually to motivate ourselves and our team. That's why you actually need a coffee. What is the connection, performance review and coffee? Well, if you like to watch Star Wars, you know Jedi, right? Jedi has the ability to make the people to follow, like what he said. That's the challenge to become the leader during the performance review. Based on my experience, in order to satisfy all the members, including the company, the performance review must be based on the 4 points. The first point is preparation is the power. And of course, the coffee for make the icebreaker. When you want to give performance review, what do you need at the first time? Yes, Ned?
The report.
The report, yes. Or what I call the data. Because without the data, how can you review? And during the meeting, what would you say? So the data is very important. Based on the data, for example, we have 5 subordinates, then you can see one by one what is to be improved. For example, in the communication skill, if I have my subordinate who lack in the communication skill, then I will suggest this person to contact Natalie to learn the public speaking or to join Bhinneka Toastmaster. That's number 1. So the data or the preparation is the power. Number 2, the point number 2 is communication is the key. And of course, it will be perfect if you add the triple shot of espresso. When you want to communicate, you have to give like the genuine feedback. Otherwise, how can this person will be improved? Thank God that I joined Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Club. When I want to improve to become the evaluator, I learned so much from Natalie. Then I recall one of the trick, the method, not the trick, the method. It's called the sandwich method, right, Nat? So you give like improvement, like the reward, then come to improvement or the things that we need to challenge, and then the appraisal again. So I use that in the performance review. For example, I will say that, hi, Andy, you are good in time management. You are good, because the data is always come to me before the deadline. But I need you to improve in the reporting style because it sounds so direct. The management wants to become more like informative. So that's why you need to make the sentence more longer and then recap with the summary. Overall, you're good in the time management. Just don't forget to improve in the communication, the way you written the reports, something like that. Number 3 is showing your empathy. How can you give performance without showing your empathy? Because not everyone honestly show or has the resilience. Some people say that, oh, I already good. What should we do with this kind of people? Should we praise more? Then this person will become the Superman because he thinks that he's already got the 100 or even 150% score. So that's why showing our empathy is important, but not forget to give genuine feedback. Point number 4 is the last one, but this is important. Remind of the setting goals. Whatever we did for the performance review, at the end, what people see is the goals, whether we achieve the goal or not. So remind our team about the setting goal. Which one, the area that he needs to improve. Well, my fellow Toastmaster, is not easy, but as leader, we have to try to accommodate this. And believe me, if you get stuck with difficult situation, just bring 2 cups of coffee. One is for you and one is for your subordinate. Of course, as manager, don't be so stingy. Buy your staff the coffee. It's not expensive actually. But the situation will become more friendly, easier to communicate when we buy a lot of coffee, not for ourselves, but also for our subordinate. My fellow Toastmaster, please remember that when you want to have the performance review, you need to do the 4 things: communication, preparation, empathy, and setting the goals. We don't want to have the Game of Thrones at the end, where your subordinate give you bombardier well sarcastic email. Thank you. Back to you, Tom.
Wow, thank you, Toastmaster Vivi. Thank you for also reminding us about the performance rewards, the KPI things. All right, reminding me again for being the corporate slave. Toastmaster Apri, our timer, please give timer report on our prepared speech speakers tonight.
Yeah, congratulations. Both speaker is eligible to be vote. For the detail for each speaker, I already put in the chat box below.
Congratulations, both of our speakers are eligible. We will wait later on for the voting. Now it's time for the second part of this meeting, table topic session. And this session will be led by, again, Toastmaster Benjamin Whittaker as our table topic master. Over to you.
All right, the jack of all trades. Okay, great stuff. And great speeches, by the way, as well. Remember, guys, use the word resilience in your speeches, right? Be resilient. Okay. Every single person here has a role, All right, so we're all going to get a chance. Maybe not all of us get a chance. Maybe like 5 or 6. A lot of us. I'm going to go with our timer first. I'll get him out of the way. Opry, you're going to go first. You ready?
I will.
Okay,
right.
so let's go.
Okay, so let's go. Got it. I'm going to type the message in the chat as well. Tell us about a time you had to reset your life and how being resilient helped you rise again. Think your YouTube page. Greatest YouTuber in Indonesia.
I think the time where the resilient is about my starting my YouTube journey. So I will tell you about that. And in the beginning, my journey is I just play video game and just upload it in YouTube. And in the beginning, as usual YouTuber, I did not get any view, and it's pretty little, and it's so hard to make it because I think I start it from a little late because in 2022 there is a lot of people doing that, especially in COVID. And then after I reach my first 1,000 subscriber, I feel really happy. However, there is something that have a problem. That's my channel is get terminated because I upload something that I should not be upload. And from that moment, I start to get down, and so I start over again, or I just want to do another stuff, and then I start to thinking about it over and over again, and I decided to start it all over again. So basically, I working my ass off over again and start my YouTube journey from the beginning. And from that moment, I start to learning that being resilient is so important because if I want to get better at it, I need to be resilient. I need to learn from my mistake and use that to my stepping to build my foundation to get better. And I believe that being from that experience, it also make me more resilient to do something that I want to do, and it really helped me if I want to survive in the long run. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Back to our double topic, Master.
Very good. And honestly, I did not know that at all. So that is so, me pushing you to that direction was actually pretty serendipitous. Right, spot on question for you. Fantastic. Okay. Number 2, I'm going to give it to our GE. Jenny, do you want to go? Yes. Yes, she does. All right, in the chat. If you could press a reset button in life, what moment would you choose to redo and why?
Okay. If I could press a reset button in life, what moment would I choose to redo and why? I think I will reset my 20s age when I was still 20s because back at my 20s, there is the internet is not as booming as now, the social media things. Now the community is everywhere, such as Toastmasters, and even already 100, almost 101 years. But I just started late, like 3 years ago. And so what I want to do if I came back to my 20s is join more communities and also to travel more. Because I started both of them is quite late, but it's better late than nothing. So that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. 1 minute of like just hit me right in the heart, as in something like as I get older, I kind of get like, a lot of people, it's like the Peter Pan syndrome, right? We never want to get old, we want to stay young, and those 20s are like we can never really live over again. Aji, right? How old are you, in your 30s now? You're still in your 20s, right?
Just turned 30.
Oh, never mind. I thought he's still. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. All right. Yeah. So, wow. Okay. I was right. I was pretty spot on. I've known Aji for like 5, 6 years now. So he was in his early 20s when I knew him. I'm the same way. Like in my 20s, got out of the army, 22, right? And then I went to college. And then during those times, I never joined a club. I never did anything. I just went to college as like a job. And then, I went to the bar. That was my community. So even though I was in school doing something, I never really got into it. And traveling, I didn't like traveling in my 20s. In my 30s, it was like, oh, it's great. I have money to travel. In the 20s, I didn't have any money to travel. So it would have been tough. But yeah, you're right. It's all these things we can go back and just kind of dive into something that's passionate that we had no idea about, and kind of start investing in people and connections and communities instead of just like having fun, right? What we thought, because 20s were fun, but still, maybe we could have reset and done it a little differently. So great contribution there, Jenny. All right. Let me see. Did I already? Yes. David, our grammarian. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. What daily habits help you stay resilient when challenges knock you down?
What daily habits help you stay resilient when challenges knock you down? Now, when you get a table topic, you can respond to it, or you can respond to the topic you wanted to get. And since Fifi said this, I wanted to talk a little bit about performance reviews because I manage a team at Teva. I used to do so at MSD. And what I'll tell you is your Toastmasters evaluation skills can become really valuable. Like my team now, they like me to give them feedback. If they give a talk, they want to hear from me what I have to say about it. Our mid-year, our performance reviews are actually good discussions, and they want to hear from me how they can improve, how they can do better in their jobs. And I think Toastmasters has given me that skill tremendously. So for you, maybe you're earlier in your career or later it will happen, but the skills you're building now can be quite valuable and actually make performance reviews a pleasure for you and for your team, and you'll help build your team's resilience. So back to you, Ben.
That perfect words, right? And that, kind of taking the words out of my mouth for the later evaluation of her speech on evaluations, right? So, yeah, taking what we learn in Toastmasters and then applying it outside of Toastmasters is the point of Toastmasters, right? That's the whole point. So, restating that, and again, guys, if you've not been in Toastmasters a long time, what David did is, again, when you get introduced or get whatever, in your microphone, your stage, your pulpit, say whatever you want. It's up to you. And he did take the power to kind of talk about a message he really wanted to, share. And it was really good words. So yeah, use what you learn here and apply it out elsewhere. Okay. I'm gonna ask Christopher to go next. You ready?
Sure, let's do
Sure.
it then.
Sure. Pause. Okay, so in the chat as well, imagine you are giving advice to someone who feels like they can't rise again. What would you say?
Mhm. Okay, thank you, Ben. This is a very deep question, I would say. But imagine if I have to give advice to someone who feels like they can't rise again. I would say that there's no such thing as falling down. I mean, I've heard I've read a book, I think, in my 20s about that whenever we fail in our life, for example, we fail in our business, we fail in our relationship, or we fail in our work, anything that we do, it's not us fail actually. It's the business, it's the relationship, and it's the thing that is failing. Ourself is still ourselves. So I would say that if you have something in your life that's failing, you have to remember that that thing that's failing is not yourself. You can always rise up and pick it up again, or even you can try to start a new one. So I feel like whenever I have a failure or experience something bad in my life, I just think to myself, like, wait, this is not me that's failing. This is this thing that's failing. And my job is just to pick it up. I can pick it up, I can fix it, or I can choose to start over new. There's no need to dwell in the sadness or the feeling that, oh, I'm a failure, I cannot rise again. I think there's nothing like that. So, fellow Toastmasters, if you have something that failed in your life, remember that that thing is failing, not yourself. You can always rise, you can always pick it up, and you can always start something new again. Thank you. Back to you, Ben.
All right, perfect advice. It's like, yeah, you think about all these people that are successful and they're millionaires, billionaires. That that's a bunch of crazy risks, and sometimes you get a little lucky, but it's like, oh, this didn't work out. Cool. What's the next idea? Right? What's the next opportunity? You can't stop. The only time you stop is when you die, right? That's the only time you get to stop. You got to keep going. And as long as you have a pulse and you're able to move and think and work, you got a chance to do something. In poker, they say a chip in a chair, right? As long as you have a chip, you're still in the game, right? So great advice, Chris. I think we have time for one more, right? One more is good.
You can do up to 7, Ben. I don't know what.
All right, well, we can do everybody then. All right, so Marendra. Okay, get ready, everyone. The excitement is coming. In your opinion, now he's laughing. In your opinion, what's more important when facing setbacks, Marendra? Resetting your goals or strengthening your resilience? Strengthening your resilience.
Hello, Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rendra. I think that you know me. About 10 years ago, I started something that I think it could be my side hustles, side incomes, additional incomes, whatever you say. That was the journey. I was starting by bought a lot of drones, camera, and stuffs needed to create a social media, photography business, and videography, even cinematography. I joined a lot of courses, practice, and I did it. I put a lot of efforts on my Instagram and YouTube. Apparently, maybe previous month, I realized something that my city, my town, is not yet supporting 100%. Good news is that my friend told me, Rendra, you can learn buying stocks, crypto, and bitcoins. Those things, regardless the places you are, just need internet connections and cash and small knowledge of mathematics. And of course, lucky. So I started. And maybe 2 days ago, I liquefy some millions rupiah and I treat my family and I enjoy and I now advise my friends, everyone in circle with me to try to start buying stocks, crypto, and bitcoins. Those are the easy things. So, what I would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes being resilient is good. Somehow, we need to know, is it the correct and right place? Don't be shy to start over and over again and try a new one. That's all. Give the control back to Tablet Topic Master.
All right. Crypto, stocks. I worked in finance, and one of the questions is this for people that don't understand finances is like, when is the best time? 20 years ago, right? Second best answer would be now, right? You can't really time the market. It's all about trying to get in and trying to like find the best. There's never really the best time, but it is now, right? If you haven't done it, it's always now. And doing it with like $5, $10. So it's something about getting in the habit of putting money away. Now, I would advise not to sell short. I would do it for the long game. But again, the stock market is a crazy, dangerous, scary place for a lot of people. So it's tough. But yeah, it's something that even I've done it where I've had to start over several times within the stock market for whatever reason. And every single time you get back to zero, it's like, oh, well, let's keep it going. Right? And it always works out, right? Over the long game. So good advice, Marendra. Okay, so we got Jenny's gone, Chris is gone, Marendra, Aji's gone, David's gone. Yeah, okay, perfect. Here we go. This is good. How do failures contribute to resilience, and how can they actually help us rise faster?
I believe most of people hate failures, right? But what we don't know much more that failures make us learn more rather than the success itself. And another wise man said that when we fall 8 times, we will stand up 9 times. It means that failures push us into our best version of ourselves. If we only get the success in life, we will only be in the comfort area or comfort zone. We will not learn anything at all. So the failures, in my opinion, contribute more on the resilience itself. Because when we fall or when we facing the failures, sometimes kind of bring us into the deep hole of regret and then sadness and sorrow. But when we reset and have the time to rise again, then when we rise, it will be faster than our first step. So I do agree with this statement that failures contribute to resilience because those failures help us to rise faster. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
All right, excellent. So as they say, like when one door closes, another one opens, right? And sometimes the door doesn't open. You gotta kick it down, right? You gotta kick a door down and like the idea, don't take no for an answer kind of thing in business and like it's great. When you get something that stops you, you gotta kind of find a way to get through it or go a different direction and learn from it. The idea, everything we do every single day, we need to take into account and learn from our mistakes, learn from how we did something right. Because a lot of people don't really learn from what we do right. like, I just did it. It's cool. But we learn from everything. Our experience, others' experiences, and soak it all in. So hopefully we don't make the same mistake twice. But again, if we do, keep it up again. Third time, fourth time, fifth time. All right, that's 7 people. Right, 7. I think that's good. Evaluators and speakers and everything, we're good. All right, so timer, Opry, how did we do on our table topics and timing? Opry. Oh, there it is. Boom.
Oh yeah, we have only 6 speaker, I believe.
Oh, we have 6?
Yeah.
Okay, we could do 1. I thought we had 7.
No. I
Six,
think
six.
yeah,
Is that
only
enough,
6.
Natalie? Is that good? He's gone. I think that's fine.
I think you can add again, Ben. We still have time. The evaluation time is 8:15.
Okay, we'll do one more. One more. We have 10 people in here. We had 6. So let's go with Fifi. Let's go. Let's hear from you on a table topic. Here we go. Fifi, share a story of someone you admire who showed resilience and inspired you to rise higher.
Share someone that I admire who show resilience and inspired you to rise higher. Of course, the answer is only one person in this life. That is my mother. Because I saw by myself during 20 years ago, we were broke because my father business become bankrupt. So someone at the time, my father was the supplier of cement. It's a material to build the building. And one contractor didn't pay us, so we really broke. Instead of being sad, I remember that my mom worked maybe 5 times harder. So she learned how to make the dress. She learned how to become the hairdresser. She learned everything to save the money. Until finally we managed to buy the house again. And I'm glad because of my mom as my mentor and also my coach. Whenever I felt that, oh, I'm in difficult situation, I just recall what my mom did, what my mom got the spirit when it was 20 years ago. Thank you. Back to Tom.
Yeah, my mom is right there also. 2 kids, single mom, sometimes 2 jobs, me as a son. Aji did go, didn't he? Did you not go? I thought Aji went. He did go. Yeah, see, there was 7 people. Opry, you forgot Aji's table topic.
No, I think when
No, I didn't go, Ben.
yeah, you only talking with you is the talking when Aji is not going double topic.
Oh, well, my bad. Okay. Well, that's 7 people. Sorry, Aji. You get to talk next. I think we're good.
You can give it, Ben.
Okay. Yeah, okay. He's an evaluator. We're going to hear him talk in a second, but it's fine. All right. Where's my message? Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Man. All right. Okay, so I gotta find my list again. Thought that was it. There we go. All right. Here we go. What small act of resilience has made a big difference in your life?
A small act that has made a big difference in my life is I think taking care of my perspective. So a couple months ago, I was recommended a book to read. So when I read this book, it completely changed my perspective. So I was basically this person who's easily drawn to a negative thinking. I'm an overthinker. So one bad thing, so this overthinking will like suck me right away. And it goes spiraling down on this negativity and making me feel like, what kind of life? What a life. Thinking about like all this why it's so hard, why life is not good, etc., etc. But after reading this, it completely changed my perspective. So basically, the book tells me to focus on the positive. Negative things, bad things that doesn't align with what you want is actually telling you that it is not what you want. So go focus on what you want. So you're focusing on the positive, and it has changed my life. Well, now I'm not gonna say I'm like this full positive person, but it has helped me a lot with going on with life. Bad things happen, but I didn't really go stress about it and just keep moving on. Basically, this small thing of keeping or focusing on the positive has helped me to be more resilient. Thank you.
All right. Absolutely. I concur. I'm also a overthinker, and when something goes wrong, I kind of like think of the worst case scenario a little too much. One thing I would say, not to evaluate the evaluator. We're going to do one more because everyone's gone except Natalie. So Natalie going to go this one. But yeah, Aji, what's the book? You said you read a book. You didn't tell us what the book was. You're like leaving a spoiler, like this amazing book that changed your life. And what was it?
It's called Us and It's Given.
Us and It's Given. Okay. I'm going to give a champion table topic person a really difficult one. Okay? Challenge. Resilience. Be resilient. All right. When you reset and rise after failure, how do you know if you are being resilient or simply repeating the same mistakes?
One person told me that you can judge a tree by its fruits. So when we want to check if we are being resilient or just repeating the same mistakes, we can see by the fruits of the action and by the results. Let me share with you a moment when I think all of us have experienced as well during the pandemic. I questioned myself a lot during that time because there was no business. My family business was on the verge of closing down. It was that bad, and that made me question my ability. Do I have what it takes to keep it going? Or will this legacy ends in my hand? And it really bring up something that I didn't knew I had back then, and that was resilience. Because to be able to persist and persevere during tough times, that's what make the tough kept going. And long story short, we did all we could, me and my team, during the tough times, and we managed to get through it together with less zeros in my bank account, a lot of less zeros in my bank account, but all my teams were and are still there. So again, if I need to reset or rise or showing myself whether I'm resilient or just kept repeating the same mistake, I would say I'm just seeing the person I was before and the person I am right now. And I know that I have been resilient because those tough moments, those tough times taught me the value of a team, the value of perseverance and resilience that cannot be bought with money. Yet, that's what I embody now. Back to you, Ben.
Oh, home run. It's home run. You can't judge a tree by its fruits. Matthew 7:16 through 20, the Sermon on the Mount. Right? That's kind of where that's coming from. Right? Nice little analogy there. And that's really a cool thing, right? What Natalie kind of talked about in a quick way is self-reflection. So if you did something and overcame something and then something happened again, you can sit there and take mental notes. You can even write a journal and just kind of figure out where you are. And because the only one person you can't lie to is yourself. So every time you go through something a little bit difficult, you got to just evaluate, okay, who am I? How did I get through this last time? And, you see where you're at. I'm good at Googling, right? I love quotes. Good at quotes. Okay. That's it for me for sure now. Everyone is gone and everyone is in time. So thank you, Opry, for that. Good job. Back to you, Tom. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Ben, for conducting such an interesting table topics session. And tonight, again, as our theme is reset and rise, it's kind of helping us to reminding us it's 2025 and it's already August. It's kind of, we are almost at the end of this year. It's more than a half. It's August, meaning help us to reflect more. Hey, on January or maybe on December last year, we make our resolution as well, right? So reset and rise here, I want to also bring you and remind you it's not just about when we fall or have a failure, but I will kind of remind you about the resolution we have made earlier this year. And just a quick reminder, are we focusing on the right goals we are setting earlier this year, or just moving quickly day by day with hustling here and there, but we're only moving toward the wrong ones, right? So let's have a time to reset and look at our plan this year again and check, review whether we're on the right track or should we have a new road. And let's rise harder, faster with resilience on that. We're just finishing the second session of this meeting, and we will go to the last but not the least side of the meeting, the heart of Toastmasters meeting, that is evaluation session. And this session will be led by Toastmaster Jenny Pangalila. Toastmaster Jenny, are you ready?
Yes.
Screen is yours.
Thank you, Tom. Now it's the time for evaluation. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster Aji, who will evaluate DTM Natalie. Toastmaster Aji, the screen is yours.
Thank you. Smile is what I get after listening to your story, Nat. So first of all, thank you so much for sharing that story. It is in a night and I'm using a headset listening to your story. It felt like a bedtime story. Two distinctive points that I like about your story or your speech. First is expression. You deliver your story very expressively, and you demonstrated that very well through body gesture and facial expression. I really enjoy your story from the beginning to the end. And the second one is the story dynamic. I can feel the ups and downs of the story that you deliver to the vocal variety that you gave. And I felt like, again, it was like a bedtime story. Oh, this is how it felt. Yeah. Now, speaking about like bedtime story, I noticed that there are two things that I would like to suggest you. First is the vocal imitation. Now I was like, oh, okay, this is a very nice story. But and I also noticed there are like some ups and downs in your story, and there are like some characters also in your story, right? And I would love to hear you demonstrate or mimic the story of the dentist's voice, for example. Like when you say, oh, we can fix that. Yeah, try to mimic that. So to make the story even more dynamic. So it's even more pleasant to hear. And the next thing is I the about emotion. This is more of like a challenge. Throughout the story, I noticed that there was some ups and downs of the story, like unpleasant moment. And I noticed that you delivered it with an optimistic way, so with smile. Contextually, it did not feel like a mismatch of emotion. But however, next time if you do this type of speech or storytelling, maybe I'd like to challenge you to add more emotion dynamic. If it's like that, maybe put the sad emotion in there and how you know create this dynamic of emotion in the story to make it even more um, pleasing to listen. So all in all, Nat, you did very well in the expression and also the story dynamic. The things that you might need to work on is a little bit about vocal imitation, and to challenge yourself is to add more dynamic of emotion in the story. Keep creating good stories and telling good stories. Thank you.
Thank you, Aji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aji. Now we will go to the second evaluator, Toastmaster Ben, who will evaluate Toastmaster Fifi.
All right. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That's a commercial in the U.S. about a coffee company, Folgers. David would know and probably heard that commercial before. Again, coffee, Jedi mind tricks. One of the things I would have came in right away is talk about something about waking up in coffee, going to the work in coffee, right? That's something that can get everyone engaged, right? Is some kind of like a little bit of a tune or a little bit of a joke right off the bat. But you did ask us a question, right? You did engage us with the question. And one of the things that I really, really love about you, Fifi, and all the years now that I've known you is your calming voice, right? You just have this calming delivery where, it just creates clarity and it creates this kind of like, I want to hear more, right? I want to hear more. Even your pace is really consistent where it there's nothing really blurred in the lines. So whatever you're talking about, whatever message you're talking about, all the words that come out of your mouth are really delivered really clearly, right? Now, another thing is that your theme is about Star Wars, not just coffee. So another way you could have also opened your meeting would have been with the Jedi mind trick, right? Instead of just telling us Jedi mind tricks and explaining that it's about Star Wars. And the thing about when you have themes in a topic that are probably your audience is going to know, the majority of your audience is going to understand it, is that you can kind of just do it. And the people that don't get it, well, they're just not like they're living under a rock. So, you don't want to always, alienate your audience, but you want to kind of make sure that, that's a good way to engage us with some kind of Jedi mind trick, especially about the topic of performance review, because it's a negative thing. No one likes performance reviews unless they're like this amazing person that they're just going to love getting positive feedback. But the best part about it is your main message that you use this sandwich method that you've learned in Toastmasters. And like David said in his table topic earlier, is that something that we learn here, right? You used out there, and then you brought that lesson back here, right? And hopefully, the best part about sometimes having new people come into a club is they get to hear that and see how useful Toastmasters is to the real world. And that message is innately clear, right? And that's one of the best things you can do. Another thing that you need to probably kind of work on a little bit is the conclusion. You had a lot of times where your conclusion would have been spot on, right? Also, just trying to find a way to end the overall thing with a bang. And my second spot is that you held on to your coffee cup through the whole entire speech, right? So a prop, you got to put it down and then pick it up. So you have it in the beginning, put it down, talk, pick it back up with a little quick one-liner banger, and end. End on a Star Wars kind of message with the Jedi mind trick. Not a Game of Thrones, but Star Wars. Back to you, J.E.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ben. Thank you, all evaluators. I think we learned a lot from all of you tonight. Now, I will check with timer. Okay, it's already on the chat box, the report. So the evaluators are eligible, right, timer?
Yeah, eligible.
Okay, thank you. Now, it's time for my team to give their report. First is Toastmaster David as grammarian. The screen is yours.
Sure. Fellow Toastmasters, in terms of word of the day, I heard lots of people use it. Fifi, Ben many times, Rendra, Natalie, Dion. Maybe if I might have missed a few of you. In terms of language use, one thing, Natalie, you were talking about your braces, and you said the next 3 months I told my mom. I would say during the next 3 months, I kept telling my mom. During the next 3 months, I kept telling my mom. Joking in a second language, particularly with wordplay, shows a lot of sophistication, and I liked Apra. Your embraces yourself. So he was joking about Natalie's use of discussion on braces, and he wrote in the chat, embraces yourself. That's a fun use of language. Fifi, when you were talking about coffee, you said coffee make the icebreaker. And you could say use coffee as an icebreaker. Use coffee as an icebreaker. And just on the pronunciation, the word subordinate. You mentioned I start to thinking about it. What you want to say is I started thinking about it. I started thinking about it. Jenny, you said it's better late than nothing. You want to say it's better late than never. It's better late than never. Ben introduced the word serendipitous. Good use of word, serendipitous. And also, Ben, I liked how you sang the ad for Folgers. So even if people didn't know the ad, it was still a fun little piece there. Rendra, when you were talking about investments, you said you need a small knowledge of math and lucky. What I'd say is you need some knowledge of math and you need to be lucky. You need some knowledge of math and you need to be lucky. And then Aji, you said I was recommended a book to read. You could say someone recommended a book to me to read. someone recommended a book to me to read. And that's my report for today.
Thank you, Grammarian. Now is the time for our accountant to give his report.
Thank you, G. I would like to share now my screen. I'm expecting each of you can see it, correct? Give thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be straightforward. I do apology if my ears covers by my hair and reduce the quality of hearing or listening to your voice or ability of speaking English. So far, I have noted Natalie have made only one lexical and one non-lexical. So I mean only one lexical only. So she made one. For Dia, so far, only six. Three for the lexical and three for the non-lexicals. Jenny, minimal, only two. Apri, it is superb. I would like to give a live, honest, humble testimony to Apri. The first time I listened Apri using English, I was crying. But I cannot do a single help. However, apparently tonight, Apri was born as a new expat. He speaks English much better than I knew him before. David makes small lexical and non-lexical. All those combined only it's supposed to be three. Okay, I will edit. I do apology myself. I cannot count me. By the way, PP using English, good. It is me that cannot see or I just impressed with her. Maybe her voice is like mother's voice. So falling in love with her voice make me forget that I need to count something. And Aji, well, Aji make small things. It is three times of repeated. Mostly he did it and never worries Aji. Because we have Benjamin. Benjamin love Ben. Love to say right. I think he's a rapper. Rapper. And then for six times. All those combined 13, Ben. Okay, somehow maybe you nervous something, but you are expats and your English is good. More than good. Super. Christopher, just found only one. So, well, I think your English is good. Maybe I typo this. Thank you. That's all. I give the control back to our JD. GE. Stops here.
Thank you. Thank you, accountant. Now is time for we will give food first, and then we will take picture before I give my overall report.
Okay, are we voting first, right? Okay, everyone, let me share my screen. Can anyone see the QR code? For those of you who are using your laptop, I will also share it in the chat box. Okay, please click on the Google form, and also if you're using your mobile phone, you can just scan the QR code to vote. Don't forget to vote for the prepared speakers, the table topic speakers, and also the evaluators.
I think we can move on to the photo.
Yep. Okay. Okay, let's move on. I will give the control back to our GE.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Chris. Now we will take picture. Please open your camera, and who will help me to take the
And
picture? Okay,
I can help you.
thank you.
April, you must be in the center of your screen. Okay, cool. Okay, put a yes. Okay, nice. And this can you turn on your video even though you are late, but if you can, but if you cannot, you still have a photo with you there. Okay, everyone. I don't know how you will express resilience on the photo, but I need you to express that using your face. Resilience. Okay? Resilient in your face. 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice. Is that resilience that Tia show me? Are you resilient? Tia, are you afraid of something? Okay, okay. Wait, I need to post here, to paste here and paste there. Be patient with me. Bhinneka group and this chat box group. Okay. Now, I don't know if you know the word of reset. Reset, yes, reset, exactly. How will you express your face if you use reset is in a pose? Okay, reset. 3, 2, 1. Hey, we have the sun. Yeah.
Normal one, Rendra.
Yes, of course. That will be the last. The last will be normal. I need to paste it here and there first. Okay.
But Rendra is never normal.
Oh yeah. What you think not normal is normal to me. So we are in a simple understanding. No worry, lady. Okay. Now in normal, like what Dia mentioned earlier. Normal. So express normal according to your normal realm. Okay. 3, 2, 1. That's my normal. I think I've done my part. I give the control back to GE. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Marendra. Now it's time for me to give my report. I tried to do it quick in 5 minutes, I think. First, I love this club. You are very funny, and most of you are seasoned Toastmaster, and I'm sure you know what to do. And what I love also that every Toastmaster here cover each other right way. And also you start, I think, on time. On time, that's really good. And also you care each other. So even Toastmaster Marenda suggests Natalie, who actually sick today, to use red lipstick. And then Natalie came back with the red lipstick. Good job, Natalie. And also I love the background. This is the third time I think visiting Bhinneka. And I always love your background for each members. Then one thing is, I'm not sure if you already have the agenda. I think you have, but sorry, I didn't receive the agenda. I think it's very good if like the visiting Toastmaster also receive the agenda And thanks to Ben that explained the structure of the meeting earlier too. So I understand. Yeah, thank you. Now I would like to start with the host, Natalie. Thank you. We know that you are sick, but you still come. Thank you very much. And I would like to congratulate all of the role takers because you explained your role very well. First, Tom. First is acting Tom, Toastmaster Ben. You also explained the theme very well, reset and rise. And also the second Tom, the real Tom, Edidia. You came late, but that's okay, we understand. And already covered very well by Toastmaster Ben. And thank you, Edidia also explained again about the theme and remind us about our goal in life. Congratulations, Tom. Next is double topic master, Toastmaster Ben. Congratulations, you did all very well, acting president, acting Tom, and table topping master, and also evaluator. Congratulations. And you also delivered the session of table topping master with full of energy, interesting questions, and even you gave short recap from each speaker every time they finish speaking. That's really good. Next, our grammarian, Toastmaster David. You explained the word of the day, resilient, very well and very detailed. Mention those names who mentioned the word of the day. And also you gave grammar correction for each of us. I know it's not easy, but you did it, listened very well. Thank you. Our timer, Toastmaster Apri, you also explained the timing very well at the beginning. And also you write down at the chat box. And you raised hand, you give the symbol of raised hands because sometimes online club forget to put that symbol. So thank you. And for our counter, Toastmaster Marendra, I love you explain it very well with Excel. You saw it and you do straightforward and very detailed. And I know it's also not easy, but you did. You listened very well. And for our ballot counter, Toastmaster Christopher, thank you. You explained very well your role, direct, and also you explain again by chat box. Thank you. Now the evaluator. First, Toastmaster Aji. You start with smile, just like the speaker's title. It's nice to see your smile because Aji is very rare to give the smile. And I love to see you smile. Thank you, Aji. And you give what you like, your suggestions. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Did you give the recap at the end? Oh, awesome. Thank you. And then the second evaluator, Toastmaster Band, you start with singing. I love it. And I love the way you gave the evaluations, your hand gesture and everything. Thank you very much. So everyone, I really love this meeting and I hope I can come again to the next meeting. Thank you for having me. And back to Tom. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam GE, Toastmaster Jenny Pangalila, for giving us a thorough evaluation report, not just for the role takers, but for the entire meeting for Bhinneka to improve next time on the upcoming meeting. And just like what you said, I also do really enjoy here in Bhinneka Toastmasters Club meeting. I don't know, maybe you also mentioned it. You guys are so funny. Maybe it's a humorous club or something, but yeah, you are indeed funny guys. So it's like not having in a strangers or something. It's like when we go to our family friends, kind of like that. All right, we're almost about to wrap up this meeting. This is the end of my session as the Toastmaster of the meeting. Once again, I apologize for coming late due to an office event. And with this theme meeting tonight, it's not just for us, but it's more on me myself to have a reset time on the things that going on this year and also have a good reset and rise harder on the things to finish this year. Maybe in personal life, in professional life, and also in Toastmasters journey. So that will be all. I will give the control back to the club president, Distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Chayadi. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dia. I want to invite the ballot counter who hasn't got the chance to announce the favorite speakers for tonight. So please welcome our ballot counter, Toastmaster Chris.
Okay, let me share my screen. Toastmaster Marendra, would you help me to take the pictures?
Of course.
Yes, of course. Okay, for tonight, 18th of August, 2025.
Wow.
Oops.
I'm so, I
So
see.
sorry.
No problem, bro. I do give you
Our
the
best
same.
speaker tonight goes to, drumroll please, Distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Chayadi from Bhinneka
Okay.
Online Toastmasters Club. Please take the picture,
Wait.
Toastmaster Indra.
Well,
Thank you,
I'm very
sure.
surprised.
So sorry.
Wait. I need to pin Natalie, correct? So,
Yep.
Yeah.
okay, wait. Pin Nat. Okay. Uh, how come Nat? Okay, finally. Sorry, Nat. It takes time. It was technical something. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Done. Finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
We move on to our best table topics for tonight. Drum roll, please. Goes to Toastmaster Jenny Bangalila from Bali Trainers and Coaches.
Oh, Jenny. Jenny, yeah. See, I told you.
Thank you.
You shall say I love you for everyone, all of us, because that's good way to say thank you. Wait, I pin you. Okay, now. 3, 2, and 1. Super. Congratulations, Natalie and
Yay.
Jenny.
Okay, we move on to the
Yeah.
favorite evaluator for tonight. Drum roll, please. Goes to Toastmaster Bataraji from Bali Trainers and Coaches. Wow, two from Bali Trainers
Oh,
and Coaches.
Aji. Oh, it's first time I take photos of Aji during my entire life in this universe. 3, 2, and 1. Hey, smiling boy, you got it. You got it,
Okay,
babe.
is it okay, Toastmaster Indra?
Done.
Everything
Finish
done?
those 3 amazing people. Done.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's it for the ballot counter. Thank you everyone for having me as the ballot counter. And back to you, Distinguished Toastmaster Natalie.
Okay. Okay. I was thinking of asking Ben, but I think I can take it from here. So thank you everyone for coming and participating in our club meeting in Bhinneka Online Toastmaster. Just like what Dia or Jenny said, oh, you're so much fun. You're so funny. Is this a stand-up comedy? No, of course not. Yeah, but we're just so fun. What can we say? It's our risk. And if you don't know what risk is, you're not Gen Z. Anyway, so thank you for participating and for coming. And I hope you all enjoy the meeting. Thank you also to my friend Desa who come here despite being late. I hope next time you can come and join from the beginning so you have a full experience of Toastmasters. I would like to ask some guests, not guests actually, visiting Toastmasters comment before I move on to announcement and close this meeting. First up, thank you, David, all the way from the United States. By the way, David will join the International Convention this weekend, so we're very excited for you, David.
Thanks. Yeah, it'll be my first convention ever, and I always really enjoy the energy of this club. So it's fun to attend when I have the time.
Thank you, David. It's 8 a.m. to now it's 9:35 a.m. in the morning. So glad that you had your cup of coffee or whatever it is that keep you awake. So always happy to have you in this club. Thank you. Move on, Aji from Bali Trainer and Coaches.
Hi, this is actually I don't know, like a couple of times I've been here, but it was like quite a long time ago, and I like it. I think everything is like organized, so everything moves effectively and efficiently. So yeah, keep it up.
Thanks, Aji. What can we say? We have Ben in here. Army. Okay, let's move on. Jenny.
Hello. As
Hi.
as I mentioned earlier, I really love this club. Too bad I already become a member of other 4 clubs. Otherwise, I will join this club. So hopefully someday. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. It's okay. We don't force you to become like a paid member of this club. You can be like Apri and Dia, our honorary club member, which means that as long as you can come and help us taking any roles, you don't have to be a paid member. We still honor you. So thank you. Come back anytime. We like you, and we thank you that you're here. Who else? Chris.
Yes, hi everyone. This is I don't know how many times I've been to Bhinneka, but yeah, it still feels like the first time being here. It was so warm, so welcoming, and like the other said, it was very fun. And if I have the time, I will always try to join Bhinneka on Monday evening. Yeah, it was so much fun. Thank you. Back to you, Natalie.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Before we officially close tonight's meeting, I would like to invite Ben to introduce the next meeting special thing that we have planned.
Okay, so our next meeting is on September 1st, right, Narendra? Right? All right. So the cool thing is, one, I'm going to be giving a speech, which I haven't done in a long time, but it's going to be a panel and specifically a level 5 project on ethics and leadership. And the cool thing is we have 2 members from Toastmasters and 1 outside member. And I decided to kind of make it a theme, kind of bring people into our club to, more than just 10 people. I don't mind small meetings, but this one I think would be useful. It's going to be on, again, leadership ethics within business, specifically focused on women in business. So Natalie will be a panelist. Ratna in Bali Toastmasters will be a panelist, and one of Natalie's friends who has the business here in Bali as an interpreter, right? Correct?
Yes.
So we're going to have 3 women where I'm going to be asking them a whole bunch of challenging questions about business ethics and leadership. So it'll be really fun. So the idea is I hope that some of you guys can share that with your other club, because it's going to be useful if you have a business, if you're a woman in business, or just, interested in business in general, kind of an open house session as well, to hopefully get more members and more eyes that are not specifically Toastmasters, because I think it'll be useful. I know it'll be useful for other people outside to hear from actual leaders in business here in Bali, Indonesia, that are women. So join us. Same bat time, same bat channel next on September 1st in 2 weeks. Back to you, Natalie.
Thank you, Ben. So yes, please tune in. Make sure that you're sign up for our next meeting. If you want to do any roles, feel free to also contact Ben if you want to be the Toastmaster of the meeting, because it's a special meeting. If you want to do a speech, we probably will only have one speech, which is Ben's, because it's like 30 to 35 minutes. And then we'll have the topics and then followed by evaluation. All in all, thank you again for coming and participating. We thoroughly enjoyed tonight's meeting, and we'll see you in the next 2 weeks. This meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.